So back on the Naoki Hamaguchi information dump world tour train that is going on right now, Square Enix can't talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 yet, but he is talking a lot about Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, which is why I think it's a lock. We're getting it the Game Awards this year, but that's a point for another video. So he made a comment to Easy Allies recently, I think it was just a Tokyo Game Show, that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 could end the PS5 exclusivity, leading a lot of people to think that, oh, are we finally getting multiple platform releases like Switch 2, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all that kind of stuff. I think definitely PC, maybe Xbox, if Xbox is still around when this game comes out. Switch 2 is more powerful. I think, could it stand a chance of running the full world of Gaia in Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3? No. There is no way that system is going to be able to run Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. He's quoted as saying that there are multiple teams working on different localizations and getting it ready for different platforms and things like that. I don't think it will be day one multi-platform, and here's why. They've spent a lot of time developing for PlayStation, going into PlayStation. Now, Intergrade's coming out, Rebirth's going to be coming out, it's going to be launching on Xbox and PC. Intergrade's going to be out in January. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade's going to come out in January on a bunch of different stuff. Switch 2, it's already out, but Switch 2 is going to get it. That's fine. It can run Intergrade, Intermission, because it's all in Midgar. That world map for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is beefy. It's a beefy boy. It's a big boy. I don't think the Switch 2 can run it. I don't think Switch 2 is going to have the processing power to run it, at least not in its current form. Like if they were to do maybe a slightly stripped down version of the world, maybe Switch 2 could run it, but there's going to be all kinds of processing issues trying to get that to run on Switch 2. I just don't think it's possible on Nintendo's current Switch 2 console. Xbox, PC, sure. PC can run anything, you just gotta fit it to what it needs to be, but PlayStation 5, maybe PC launch, maybe Xbox launch, again, if Xbox is still around, which I'm sure they will be in some form, but Switch 2, no. I don't think it'll launch on Switch 2 day one. Maybe they'll find a way to make it work later, but as for right now, no. I think it's going to be too hard to get it to work on that system and do what it needs to do. But Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, when it launches, I can definitely see, because they've been putting a lot of work into making it work on PC, making sure that PC players can play Final Fantasy VII Remake. And Squaresoft doesn't want it to just launch on PS5. They want other people who game not on PS5 to play the game when it launches. They want to really up their numbers, out of the gate, first week sales, second week sales, first 30-day sales. They want to get that up, so that's going to be paramount for them. That's why I think it will see a PC release, which means it'll probably see an Xbox release, but we'll see. PS5, PC, I think is a lock. Switch 2, gonna take some work, little fella. You're gonna take some work, little fella. But Switch 2, you can get there. You can get there. I just don't think what Switch 2 is built for, I don't know if it's built for a game this big. You can argue that other games, Xenoblade 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, other big games that were part of it, but they're not Final Fantasy VII Rebirth big. Those games are big, but the way the world works seamlessly in Rebirth, I don't think Nintendo can handle that right now. But we'll see. Anyway, I have high hopes for how this game is going to launch, and I think it's going to launch seamlessly without bugs. If they take it to PC or take it to Xbox, I've seen a lot of people complaining that they're opening the door for bugs and crashes and stuff like that. I don't think that'll happen. Especially if they stick to just PlayStation, just PC. I don't think that will happen because they've been getting a lot of legwork in by working with PC and trying to make that work and trying to make that an avenue they're comfortable doing stuff in. And not only that, but I think Final Fantasy VII remake saga, working with PC and Steam and all that kind of stuff, I think Square Enix is going to be doing a lot more business over there. So keep your eyes peeled for that. It'll be interesting to see if they find a way to maybe just port a lot of their classic titles that aren't available right now onto PC. And for all you Final Fantasy 13 fans, they need to find a way to get that available on PlayStation Store for PS5, because I know a lot of you all have talked with me in live chats and on the Discord about there being no 13 on there. I think that's definitely something they need to address. But anyway, I think Square Enix is going to launch on PC, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3. I think they're going to launch it on PS5, PC. When he discussed about ending the PS5 exclusivity, I think he was more of talking about no wait time for PC players. That's kind of what it feels like to me. I know that they want that big share of the PC market, and they want people to be able to play it on launch from there. Anyway, that's what I think is going on with them, but what do you think? Post your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think the Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3 will run on a Switch 2? I don't think Rebirth can run on a Switch 2 right now, to be honest with you. I think there's going to be fidelity issues. There's going to be like frame rate issues, especially when you're trying to load that huge world in. I think the PS5 runs it beautifully, and I know PS5 Pro runs it even better. I've got a PS5. I'm poor. I just got the PS5. I don't have the Pro. So anyway, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Anyway, the PS5 can run it. PS5 Pro runs it beautifully. Switch 2, I don't think Switch 2 can run it. Not in its current state. But anyway, let me know what you all think. And you all have a great day. It's Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Let's get it. Let's get it. I'm going to be a guest at the Richmond Comic and Toy Con in Richmond, in Kentucky this weekend. Come by. Check me out. Come buy some artwork. Come pick up some copies of ARAURA. We're going to have ARAURA gift boxes there and stuff, so come check it out. We're going to have a great time. Or just come by and high five, fist bump, and say, keep rocking. Keep doing what you're doing. I'll be like, all right, back at you. You keep rocking too. And until then, y'all have a great night. Be safe, be good to each other, and do what I just said. Keep rocking. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.